Allergies. Great, come on down.
Okay, we got live audio. In 5 minutes, we'll have live video.
Just told me.
5 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a.
Diana Cellar door right there at the top of the list.
I love it. Where'd it go? I just lost it. No. Crap. There it is. Just told me.
5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Well, like I say, I'm sorry that Sarah Elizabeth can't be here with us, but we just have to roll the punches and who we got.
That's right.
We have our Vice Mayor, Mr. Travis, with us, and Diana.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Okay, so that. Of course, that's good. Hello,
Keith,
How you doing?
sir.
how are ya?
Fine.
Good morning.
Doing you here?
Hi, absolutely.
The more the merrier. The more the
Where's
merrier.
my crap?
Good to see you.
Good. Oh, I'd like this to see you, sir.
We got Keith Kitner for us. Here's what we got.
Looks really good.
Good morning, Andy. Hey, how are you doing? I dropped off some things for you down there to look at the museums. Some great reading, like 1947 Kingman Daily Miner, Mohave County Miner at that time. Yeah, I had hoped folks from Main Street would be here. I've got some things on Ray Harvey's mural program. I think it's pretty neat that we can get that moving forward. He's extremely, extremely talented mural artist.
Beautiful work.
Murals are really beautiful out of town, I think.
I do too, and people stop and look.
I'll have to show you after we get through here some of these. I'm telling this lady in Canada that Michelle Lowry, she started the Cuba, Missouri mural program, and
Hey, there's Rob.
she is working now with augmented reality murals. And I don't even have words for it. It's way above.
Amazing.
It's way above
Very
my
neat.
pay grade to understand this stuff, but it's pretty impressive. Pretty darn impressive.
Yeah. You know, it got me thinking, and I reached out to our city manager and I said, "Can you imagine going out to our airport and we're renovating our terminal and we're going to be preserving the tower? If you had a mural and you had some sort of an augmented mural where you could put up your electronic device and you could see the B-17s out there and you could see them landing and taking off and all the military personnel out there. Wouldn't that be something?
And it can be done.
That would be-
It can
It'd be cool,
be
right?
done.
It'd be a
Absolutely.
really neat tourist
Put
trail.
us on the map.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
It really changes everything. I mean, that whole augmented reality stuff, I don't even have a clue how, like I say, it's way above my pay grade, but it is slick stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really neat. And she's really interesting. We've been talking about working here with a nonprofit in the States. She's actually from Canada, and she's been doing just a ton of things here for us.
Yeah.
Well, good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? We've got a little bit of a change in schedule here, but we're pretty flexible. We play the hand we're dealt, and we just bluff our way through, and we just go. And there's Miss Diana.
Back at Thin Seconds. Sprinting Hills.
We got Keith Kitner with us this morning, and Vice Mayor Travis Lingenfelter.
Morning.
How's everybody doing this morning? Good?
Good morning. Wonderful. Beautiful day in Kingman.
Our Kingman Main Street had a last-minute schedule confliction, so she won't be here this morning, but we'll bluff through this. They've been working with kiosks downtown. It's pretty
Yes.
nice.
Jim Hinckley is America.
We got you working on something to put in that kiosk, don't we?
Yeah, I'm going to help. I'll do a little bit of cinema history of Kingman. Thought we'd kick this off. Here's some things that you might be interested in. This is a Dries Bessels. We've been working with him a lot on different projects.
Okay.
It's a guide to Route 66 with a whole section on Kingman, including the White Cliffs Wagon Road, the Kingman Army Airfield, all in Dutch. And we've got
You gonna
Wolfgang.
translate for us?
Wolfgang's got Wolfgang Wirtz has got one coming out he's just published in German, and that's out. We're working with Darius to have one out in Polish.
Wow, that looks sharp.
And Marian Pavel has put out a nice project with Route 66 in 6 languages. So we've got that moving forward. And
Amazing. That's
that out.
excellent.
we got this one that's come out in Spanish,
Spanish.
Wow.
and it's got a whole section on Kingman, Ed's Camp, all kinds of things here, Mr. D's, and
Wow.
downtown Kingman.
Who's putting that one together?
It's a Spanish publisher has got that one out.
Wow.
For pretty astounding
That's
stuff.
nice. Yeah.
We've got you in here, and then they talk about you in English, which is really nice. We can understand that part.
Well, like I say, our
Check
Main
that
Street didn't show up, but this Ray Harvey murals, I'm going to be talking, I'll be talking more to the Main Street people. But for those who aren't familiar, you can find it at rayharveyart.com. But he's been wanting to do some murals out here, and he's very famous in Missouri. He's currently working in Hannibal, Missouri. He's been commissioned to do a bicentennial murals for the city.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got some tremendous mural projects, and he's wanting to do some out here. This is a proposal that he had on a mural commemorating Native American history, the Skywalk. And what's beautiful about his project, he's got a great proposal in there where he will have the project mostly funded before it ever kicks off or is done.
Is that right?
Yeah. And I think that's one way we could work with the Route 66 Association of Kingman, Kingman Main Street, and perhaps get the city involved.
Look forward to seeing how that goes. Yeah.
Well, Travis, you've sure been busy lately. What do you got for us this morning?
You know, I have been busy. And there's just so much in the city that is happening right now. I don't think, unless you're really following it, there's just too much to keep track of. Let's see, on Monday, went up to Prescott Valley, and I did a Arizona Association for Economic Development Northern Symposium. Mayor Miles was supposed to go. She was unable to attend, so I went and covered for her and really just gave them an update, all of the people that were there in attendance, about all the things that we're doing. And I'll kind of give you and everybody that's watching sort of the same update. We've got in February of this year, the city of Kingman, we adopted a real deal formal economic development strategy. It was done by a firm called Chabin Concepts out of Chico, California. And in this, it's available online. If you go to the city's economic development page and you go to some of the sub-pages, it's available for download. There's 3 action plans in here. And three action plans, three focus areas. The traded sector, which when you think of the traded sector, think of companies that export products out of Kingman and import new money back into Kingman. That's our industry. That's our industrial park. Then you have the population serving sector. That's like healthcare services. And then you have our visitor serving sector, which is tourism. Everybody knows of tourism. So, within the population serving or the visitor serving sector, I gave all the attendees at that meeting just how much Kingman downtown has grown. And there may be people that live here that don't even know, that don't come down all the time. But I said, it's really fueled by this growing group of entrepreneurs like Diana, these entrepreneurs that are doing their passion projects downtown, and it's
Yes.
growing. It's growing. And I told this group, it was a big group. There's probably over 100 people there. Right now, and I feel like we're just getting started, or downtown's still just getting started. But already we have 2 craft breweries. We've got Diana's Wine Bar. We've got a coffee roaster and a coffee shop down there. We've got restaurants, diverse restaurants. We've got Thai, Mexican, Italian, award-winning pizza. We've got barbecue. We've got Latinas. We've got clothing shops. We've got a bath and soap shop. We've got 2 gyms.
Coffee shops.
The coffee shop. We've got the Kingman Center for the Arts, the gallery. We've got the renovation of the historic Beale Street Theater, which is continuing. It just got a new roof. We just did a benefit raise for it to raise money for the inside renovations for them. Other buildings are being renovated right now.
Absolutely.
Downtown. So the city is partnering with these entrepreneurs downtown under the National Main Street approach. The National Main Street approach is identified in the Economic Development Strategy. It's a proven method for revitalization efforts. So we're going under the Kingman Main Street approach. We're also partnering with the Small Business Development Center, SBDC. And I'm excited to let everybody know that this next fiscal year, we're going to also be partnering with Local First Arizona and adding something called a Vista downtown. It's a I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Vista program, but it's these really bright, young college graduates. They get into this Vista program. It's a 2-year sort of a paid internship program, but these young professionals, they hit the ground running, and we're going to be putting them downtown to work on downtown, to bring everybody together, full time, right? To bring everybody together. And so, really, if you're an investor, if you want to get involved in downtown, and you always hear about ground floor opportunities, but like right now, in the next, 18 months or so, I would say get in downtown, because it's only going to get harder and more expensive. Right now is the time to invest downtown. Kingman Main Street's doing some great things. I'm sure that I see some flyers that Diana has, but
It's the time to invest down here was 4 years ago, but it's better to do it
Yeah.
now,
Don't
because
get
if
in
you
here.
wait another 4 years,
Yeah,
it's
right.
going to be untouchable down here.
Yeah.
We have within walking distance. We have such a compact historic district with the world's only electric vehicle museum, the Route 66 museum at the Powerhouse Visitor Center, the Kingman Mohave Museum of History and Arts. All within walking distance, just a few
Yeah.
short blocks, and everything you can imagine.
yeah. So with the traded sector, I told this group that Kingman right now, as everybody around this table knows, we're heavily focused right now on infrastructure investment, right? That's a foundational thing. Infrastructure investment leads to economic development, strong economic development. So we're really putting an emphasis on that to move our regional economic development efforts forward. To that end, the city is still, we're going to be negotiating, I think, 2 public-private partnerships for transportation infrastructure. Transportation infrastructure is the hardest to fund, because it's not like a utility, it's not like a water service or a sewer service you can pay off with user fees. Nobody likes toll roads in Arizona, so how are you going to pay for roads? So we're going to the public-private model to do that. You heard a portion of that at the last council meeting for Rancho. Part of that funding is probably going to be Community Facilities District. So, watch as that unfolds. Something else that I mentioned, and just how much of an asset our airport is right now. The latest issue, the spring 2019 issue of Arizona City and Town, I'll pass this around. They did a really nice little article on our Kingman Airport. This is Arizona Municipal Airports, and they did a little thing on Kingman's airport, and I had a little fun at this event. I went to Freedom Apparel and Printing the day before. I bought one of the shirts that they've done, the branded shirts, one of the ones that has the Route 66 emblem, and then it has a B-17 on it, and it says Kingman. It looks really nice. And I said, okay, for everybody here, we're gonna have a giveaway. Whoever gets closest to guessing how many acres the Kingman Airport and industrial park is, I got a shirt for you. And it was really interesting to me. Some of the, you had people from the Phoenix area there, you had people from Prescott Valley, Prescott, Northern Arizona, everywhere, some Valley people, and just to listen to the guesses that were coming in, and you heard 100 acres, 200 acres. The highest guess that I got was 1,000 acres, and so when I said, guess what, everybody, the Kingman Airport Industrial Park altogether, we're 4,000 acres, and to put that into perspective, Sky Harbor Airport is only 3,400 acres. Their jaws collectively dropped. They didn't understand how big we are.
This airport, I've said this for years, but our airport industrial park, for people who aren't familiar with this, I do not know of a industrial park anywhere in the United States, the Southwest specifically, that has greater potential than that airport.
There isn't.
With the I-11 coming in, with the I-40, you have a main line of the railroad. You have Patriot Rail System operating within the park.
I've got some quick stats for you here, just on how awesome our airport is, if you don't already know. So right now, currently, we have over 65 industries that are operating out at our park, right? Cumulative employment is 2,600. 2,600 direct employment, cumulative, from all the businesses that are operating in the park right now, okay? Cumulative annual payroll within the park is $101 million a year. $101 million cumulative annual payroll a year. As you mentioned, we have BNSF mainline rail that serves the park. Most people don't know that it's the only park in Mohave County that is able to offer rail. It's the only park in Mohave County that's rail served. It has the capability of landing the big 747 planes, as we all know, because we had a Southwest Airlines flight come in, but that's an asset. Major east-west trade route, Route 60 or Interstate 40. We have a very active manufacturing association. That's a huge benefit for industries that come in. They want a manufacturing association to be a part of that. And then just some of the businesses that we have out there. I know that you've maybe heard me say it again and again, but Laird Engineering, they manufactured all of the observation pods on the high roller at the link. A lot of people don't know that. Goodyear Aviation out there, if you've ever taken a flight out of Vegas or Phoenix, your tires on your plane came through Kingman, right? Cascades Tissue, that's a Canadian company that manufactures a broad line of paper and tissue products. They do the Kirkland brand. They're here. West Coast Netting, they do everything from a wide variety of netting, from submarine netting to sports field netting and everything in between. And that's just 4 of the 65 companies that we've got out there, We've also got, companies that are expanding right now. Current companies, not attraction, but business retention and expansion. In economic development, that's key. You have to keep your companies that you have, and you have to help them have what they need to expand. So right now we've got Shelves West, we've got Henry Company, we've got Lamanco. All of these companies are expanding their plants right now. So just good news. And like you said, in the future, we've got Interstate 11. That's a major north-south trade route. And the city is also working with the FAA to release Phase 2 right now. That could be released by the end of this calendar year. That's another 1,800 acres of that 4,000.
If Kingman's
future's bright.
We're going to be an overnight success, 120 years in the making.
We're a regional hub in the making. We sure are.
And we have the distillery down there.
And we have
the Desert Diamond Distillery.
And they're expanding too.
If a person's in the drinking mode, we got wineries here. We've got 2 award-winning microbreweries. Diana Cellar for our winers. We've got,
Yeah.
We
The
accept
Desert
rum
Diamond
with wine.
Distiller.
That's right, we bring our own wieners.
Yeah.
what do you have there for us, Miss Diana?
Well, I have a couple things. Obviously, we have our first Friday coming up.
Yeah, chillin' on Beal tomorrow.
Chillin' on Bill, we're really excited. So here's our first Friday flyer. And for this one, it's May 3rd and it's Rockabilly. We will have a DJ out front. I will be expanding out my liquor premises, so we'll be out in the middle of the street and listening to wonderful music by DJ Jeremiah Green. And then I'll also have live music inside for those folks that want a little bit quieter music. So we have that going on. We also have over at Off-Broadway Photography, which is also on downtown Bill, off of 5th Street up there. We will have it's called Student Spring Art Show. And the students have submitted their pictures. They had to have them in by March 27th. And that's going to be going on. Kind of show the flyer. I don't know if you can see it or not. Put it right there. But we'll have that going on. So a lot of stuff going on downtown.
And we'll get all these up on Jim Hinckley's America this afternoon.
Sounds lovely. But yeah, so we'll have that going on. At the Cellar door, what we're going to be doing, because it is First Friday's on May 3rd, but we have May the 4th be with you. So we're playing off of Star Wars like everybody's enjoying. And we're going to have Yoda Punch. So look forward to that. I've been mixing up something, concoction, so we'll have a Yoda Punch here.
I'll be there for.
And we do have Uber in Kingman.
Uber and Lyft, absolutely. We definitely encourage all of that. And then here also at the wine bar, we really have been trying to get more and more involved with local activities. Well, there's Miss Sarah Ferry Finn.
Sorry.
Main Street in the house.
But so we're really trying to get more active with more communities and fundraising. So we're doing a bingo night here for the American Legion post 14, and that's on June 12th. And you can buy your tickets. This flyer Jim will have up for everybody. It'll be a private event here, so come on in and drink wine and yell out bingo. Only if you have the bingo, Jim. You have to make sure your card's a winner. But so we got that up. And let's see. Well, now I have Sarah here, so I don't have to talk about the kiosk. You can talk about it.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. Although I feel like you know more about it.
I don't know.
Jim, do you want me to come over here?
Yeah, might
Come on, all right. Let me get cozy here.
Yeah.
We'll just light the
Come on.
I'll just go over.
Oh, thank you. First of all, let me apologize to you guys. Rotary has voted me Citizen of the Month. And I thought I had a conflict, but they're going to do it next week. So I've been running all around town this morning already.
Good job.
Let me see here. So the kiosk.
Yes.
I think that we just saw an opportunity with the kiosk when we thought of what can we do. We really need a map of our downtown businesses, some better wayfinding downtown so that tourists and locals can find our awesome little shops and businesses, bars and restaurants downtown. And we noticed that we have this great kiosk, but it really needed a paint job. It needed new plexiglass.
TLC.
It needed some loving. So it was really a cool way to just collaborate with different people in the community. So Diana, I didn't get to make the painting party, but I've driven by it like every time I drive home. I drive by it. It looks so beautiful. It has a new coat of turquoise paint, and it's absolutely beautiful. Our idea for the kiosk is to do on the side that is facing 66, a beautiful welcome sign on top, and a map of the downtown area, really easy to follow, beautifully designed map. And we have Alex Rice. She was one of our resident artists at the Art Hub. And she has agreed to design the map, and her work is beautiful. I mean, that's what she went to school for, and she's been really generous with her time and her design, and she's done a lot of neat maps and things like that for us for the cookie crawl and different events. So we know it's going to be really professional and beautiful. The other side, we're talking about partnering with Jim and doing the cinematic history of our downtown Kingman. And that is perfectly appropriate because it's right behind the theater.
Now, on that too, for illustrations, we'll have the movie posters that were filmed here. Now, what about the topless photos, Pamela Anderson?
Yeah,
Photo
definitely.
shoot? Just gotta check. Just to
Maybe
see.
I mean, we're trying to draw people to our kiosk. No.
Just checking.
We're also gonna,
do it.
I'm glad we got clear about that.
I am too.
And then we're also going to put in a little bit of the making of the mural there. And so we're hoping that'll be a stop on your walking tour.
It will be, yeah.
And then on the other side, we're playing around with doing some events. And was that your idea? I can't remember.
Some flyers and
Yeah,
stuff like
flyers and events. Probably we saw in one kiosk an event calendar, which was really
Yes.
nice. So really, that's all I can contribute. I feel like you should say something about it because you've been on the ground floor.
You know what the old trail, what would enhance that, it's becoming quite a little park down there by the old trails garage. We've got the mural on the theater, and then now with the kiosk. You know, the only thing we're missing there on the old trails garage would be that mural from Ray Harvey with the skywalk and the Native American history
that
across the
is
top of the
so
old trails
beautiful.
garage.
Mm-hmm. I'm on your team on that one.
And
So.
we got it all right. I've got it right here for you. We've got the,
that.
and he's all ready to go with it.
Well, let's push for that. I think that is
And
an amazing project.
And he'll take care of, have most of the funding done. He's got a great project for it.
Could you imagine that whole corner there having murals and doing our events in the parking lot? We had that beautiful event to unveil the mural,
Yes.
which was really fun because we actually unveiled it, and the artist said, you know, that's usually not, we don't really physically unveil it. It's just, and we're like, not in Kingman.
That's right.
Huge tarp, lights. I mean, it was awesome. So we'll have to do
Yeah.
the same thing.
Beer and wine
but have a
garden.
big
We
party.
had food.
Beer
It was
and wine
wonderful. It was
garden.
great, yeah.
Awesome.
So on the kiosk, real quick, we are looking for sponsors. Josh Noble from Tourism did offer, and so I'm gonna definitely take him up on that. And I'm gonna go over there and get a check from him, have him write it out because I have it on video that they said they'd help out.
Nice.
Because we want to make it solar, do solar lighting, make it a marquee, so at night it just lights up and brings people up close to it. So we have that. I'm reaching out with, I was kind of taken back for a week, sorry about that, but True Value for the plexiglass. And then very nice, we have a locksmith here in town, and they've offered to give us a discount on putting in the locks in.
Is it
Or change
Garen?
ones. Yes.
Is it Garen or Jaren? I never know how to
Great.
pronounce it.
Jaron, I think, maybe?
Jaren? He's right downtown.
Yes.
He's awesome.
Yeah, so we're looking on getting all that put together. So now that I'm back home, I'll be jumping.
Well,
on
that's a good start. It's long overdue, and the next thing we can do is I'm working. I'll get some stuff together for you on kiosks that we can put on Beale Street. Pretty reasonable, right on the storefronts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that'd be
And that would
great.
tie in with your library, and
And you guys, there's a kiosk at the trailhead of Fort Beale, and Main Street focuses mainly on the Main Street downtown.
right.
But I'm thinking we could adopt, since this project is going so great, if we could adopt that one and draw people downtown.
Absolutely.
You know, just do the same kind of thing. Hey, enjoy your mountain bike ride. Come downtown.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Work up a thirst.
come to the wine
That's
bar.
right. That's
Come-
right.
Right.
Absolutely. And then the next one we have also is the one over at Railroad Park.
Oh, yeah.
So Locomotive Park, sorry.
You know,
But yeah.
another place that would be a good spot to set up a little kiosk is down by the water tanks. Because, you know,
yeah.
that's such a photo op, possibly down at the depot, somewhere down there would be a good location for that.
Did you ever hear anything from the Railroad Museum about the Chuckwalla?
No, I haven't really talked to him about that, but, you know, it's all we really need to do where it's at is just put up something there, you know, a little desert landscaping and something to inform people what the big lizard is.
And maybe a sign saying that when people take their picture at it, this is my suggestion, that they know it's been taken at Kingman.
Exactly. a
Because
little-
people post it and nobody knows it was even, you know.
There's a little information about it with a backdrop of
Hashtag.
Kingman, yeah.
Well, with all the murals, you know, you could make it into a whole program. But, I almost half jokingly, but not really. Like you could almost paint like a little bullseye, like a little. This is a selfie spot, right?
Yeah.
And then make sure you tag us on social media. Help us
Absolutely.
with our international brand. You know.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's only
We could do that.
limited by the imagination, guys. It really is.
Yeah.
You know, if we had a wall, just think if we had a wall downtown with a really nice welcome to Kingman in different languages, with all the logos from the International Route 66 associations.
That's,
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would
You
be
know.
real nice.
You know, something we could do. The lizard's kind of fun, though. I have a lot of fun with that on walking tours. I had some people from Florida ask me about that, and they asked me if that was actual size. I says, no, that's a small one.
Only,
that's the baby.
only in Godzilla movies, right?
I love that one. He just
Scale
needs
model.
some of his native landscaping.
Yeah, just a
You
little,
know,
touch up. It's a
Some
neat,
native vegetation around.
it's some pretty neat artwork. It really is. But we just
Yeah,
need
it's
something
really
to show
cool.
what it is.
Yeah, do him some justice
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I think you're really going to see an emphasis, at least from the current city council, on downtown, on revitalization of downtown. It's a priority area. You know, the airport is doing great. We're just coming up on the 1 year.
Yeah.
That's something I should mention too. So I had reached out a while ago to City Manager Foggen and I said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we did a city video sort of spotlighting and capturing the first year's worth of progress at our airport, and then we would have this video that we could show people and to release that kind of around the anniversary date, and we're going to do that.
That'd be
So
excellent.
that video is going to come out just to show people, you know, what can be done in just a year.
Yeah.
You know, it's neat.
Yeah.
But downtown, the focus is, you know, I mentioned the Vista. We're going to be partnering and with Local First Arizona, with SPDC. We're going to get a Vista down here.
Nice.
And so just watch what happens next year when you have somebody working, you know, every week, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week on downtown stuff. So
It's going to get, and of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Chillin' on Beale tomorrow night.
it's gonna be
Yes.
awesome.
Another
Oh
great-
my gosh.
Another great reason to come
Very
down.
cool.
Yeah.
Every weekend, there's something going on down
Yeah.
there, so.
It's true these days.
Yeah. So
The
Gene,
weather's wonderful and
weather's going to be perfect tomorrow. Gene and Ken, they worked so hard on this, and we're hoping that Ken will be up and about real soon. He's had a real rough,
yeah.
Oh
pretty
my
tough
gosh.
You're
go this
watching.
year. And we really
Speedy
need him up.
recovery.
And Andy Sampson says he has the water tanks downtown. He says they could be painted. Get a hold of Coca-Cola or Pepsi and paint one like a vintage Coke bottle. You know, we laugh about that, but that was actually proposed about 10 years ago. Have Coca-Cola sponsor and do one of those Coca-Cola, and because we tie in with the old Kingman Coca-Cola bottling plant.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
And to do a Coca-Cola bottle with a mural at the bottom of the old Coca-Cola bottling plant here in Kingman.
Yeah.
wow.
This is something else to consider on your mural programs. Chattanooga, Tennessee had a really innovative idea. They changed some of their sign ordinances pertaining to billboards, and they got companies to come in and do vintage Coke or Ford. It had to appear like a vintage ad, and they recreated these ads on buildings. They, of course, paid for it like they would a billboard, but the monies went to the property owners to help pay for renovations and maintaining the properties. But at the same time, it became a photo op.
like that.
Pictures of the Ford tri-motor airplanes, like a great mural idea would be the TAT airline terminal here in Kingman from the 1920s. There was a Coca-Cola advertisement done about the heat, beating the heat in Kingman, Arizona with Coca-Cola, and it was TAT Airlines.
Wow.
And having a mural like that done, sponsored by Coke, would be.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like that it's
Opportunity.
vintage too.
Yeah.
That is really cool. It'd be really neat.
There's a lot of opportunities, you know, when you think about all the history here.
we're just starting to tap into this, guys, but you look at the changes, and we all get frustrated with this, and I think it's the same in every community, because it's not moving fast enough, not moving quick enough. But take a deep breath and look at downtown Kingman, say in 2014 when we hosted the Route 66 International Festival. I mean, just absolute sweeping, dramatic changes because of people like Sarah Elizabeth and Diana and Travis, and we're building teams. The Kingman Promotional Initiative, we had a great meeting last month, and coming together and creating this sense of community and community purpose. And it's making a huge difference.
One meeting at a time.
Yeah.
Committee at a time.
Anything else before we wrap this up, guys? Or?
I got, Jim, if I could, just a few sort of housekeeping city announcements, if I could make that.
Yeah.
So the city is going to be doing an annual event, as I understand it. It's going to be called a City Services Expo. The goal of the expo is going to be to help citizens get to know the many services that are provided and learn important information that is provided by those delivering those services. The expo will be featuring all of the city departments and other city partners. The event is scheduled for Thursday, May 30th. It'll be held at Locomotive Park from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. So more information to come out on that. Let's see, what else we got? We've got, the Stockton Hill Road work. We were replacing decades-old water lines. We amended that contract to do some drainage work. When we have a really heavy storm, that stretch of Stockton Hill Road can become like a river, right? Mm-hmm. So, in one of the last storms we had, the parking lot for like Papa Murphy's and Lee's Uniforms and Anytime Fitness, it was like a sheet of mud. I don't know if you saw it.
Gosh.
It was horrible, and some of those businesses got flood damage from that storm. So this culvert work, this drainage work will help to alleviate that so that doesn't happen again. Paving, after this is all wrapped up, the paving is going to be paved just like the one stretch of Stockton Hill Road. It's going to be safe and smooth. It's going to have bike lanes. And that's with the half-cent TPT money that we did. Next week, the 24th, I believe it's a Wednesday, we're going to be having a city budget meeting, a special budget meeting, talking about kind of the whole enchilada. Where do we want to go from here? What sort of funding mechanisms do we want to look at going forward to fund our roads, to fund our capital improvement projects, to really make sure we have enough money for everything that the city does. So I'd encourage you to come to that. We've got a street drags event coming up October 25th to the 27th. That's going to be on Annie Devine. So the street drags used to be really popular. It was a long time ago. We're bringing them back. There's a group that's bringing those back. We've got the second.
Who's doing that? What's the group?
It'll probably be a new group, but the old group was.
It used to be Wings and Wheels, right?
Wings and Wheels,
but it's the
so-
same type of individuals
Yeah.
that are doing it.
We'll be having the organizer for that on in 2 weeks. Pretty soon.
Excellent.
Brian, yeah,
Brian.
Brian,
Good.
yeah, I know. Brian and I and the city manager had a meeting to make sure that it was okay. We brought those back and we got the green light. So Brian has been going full speed on that. And the Airfest, I think is also in October, right? The second annual Airfest, the
They just
local
haven't picked a day yet.
Experimental Aircraft Association, Chapter 765. Last year they had like 3 months to plan it, so they
Oh,
had
and it
a
was
lot.
awesome.
And it was
Yes.
awesome, right?
Yeah.
So this year should be even bigger and better because they know what to expect. So thanks to those guys.
Also, I don't have the date, I think it's the second Saturday in October, they're moving Chillin' on Beale that 1 month. Craig Parrish's motor tour out of Michigan
Oh.
makes this now the annual stop, ending point for his Route 66 motor tour. And it ties that in with Chillin' on Beale. So we got some great stuff going here. I should want to shout out to Route 66 Association of Kingman, if anybody wants to, as a member, wants to get involved. They're helping renovate the American Legion up here. Going to be doing some nice murals and patriotic artwork on that.
Nice.
And the association has their meet and greet. If you would like more information about the association, Wednesday the 24th at Freedom Apparel, 5:30. They'll be doing their meet and greet down there. And of course, the Route 66 Fun Run's coming up. First weekend in May, we've got
2 weekends away.
Canadian Route 66 Association will be here. We've got Sam Murray with Gilligan's Route 66 Tours out of New Zealand now makes that part of their event. And Dale Butel with Route 66 Tours out of Australia. He now includes the Fun Run in his spring tours. And we'll be having a get-together Saturday evening out at Grand Canyon Caverns. And then, of course, Friday night, we've got First Friday downtown.
Yeah.
And then I'll be doing a Facebook Live Adventurers Club program down at Freedom Apparel during the fun run from 12 to 2.
Nice.
So we've got all kinds of stuff going.
Can I say something real quick
Yes,
about that?
please.
So we are tying in, did you already share this?
Go for it again.
So we are tying in our First Friday with a fun run. So we're having the Rockabilly Romp. And we're going to have a DJ playing rockabilly music,
Right.
Jeremiah Green. And Diana will have some music in her establishment. And hopefully we can get music in the brewery too. But Leah from Gracie's, this is one of her passions. So we're going to team up with her and see if we can maybe do a fashion show, and it'll be really fun. So if you're coming out, wear your rockabilly attire, and I'm really excited that that'll be a really fun one. We'll tie that in. Hopefully
Very
we can
good.
get some old cars parked on the street.
Yeah. One question, is the First Fridays, are you guys still looking for sponsors? And if so,
Yes.
where do they find that information?
So they can get on to our downtown Kingman firstfriday.com, and we have all the information there. But I'm glad you brought that up because we are launching a really big sponsorship advertising project. And this is going to be so cool. It is in the form of experience rather than just getting news out there. So we want to build the coolest pop-up park you can possibly imagine that will pop up right in the street. And we have a map designed, and it is so cool. So we are just, I got to dip my toes in the water a little with you.
Yeah.
And just practice my spiel. But doing that, I just realized this really is the best way to advertise right now. I really believe in it. I don't feel like it's just a sales pitch. Basically, you can sponsor one of the pop-up parks, and we have the best indoor-outdoor grass that will roll out in the street, and huge outdoor games, and the whole street will just turn into a park.
Yep.
And so this is going to be completely crowdfunded. You can do it through your business. And so we'll be launching that really soon.
That's the best kind of grass to have out here.
Yeah.
Roll it up,
You don't
put it
have to
away.
water it.
No mowing. I don't water anything in this country unless I can eat it. So.
Good, there you go. That's good. We have to conserve our water in the desert.
And because of your nonprofit status, it's all, you can write it off if you do it through
Yeah, so
business,
we
right?
are partnering with Main Street officially, and then we will be able to use the nonprofit
Right.
for write-offs. So if anyone wants to sponsor this, it's really going to be a great deal.
Awesome.
Guys, thank
Thank
you.
It was a good spiel, I was
One other thing
sold.
too.
Yay!
I was when she showed it to me. I was like,
Next time I come on,
I was like-
I will reveal the map, and everyone can just start getting really excited.
That
Yes.
sounds great. This weekend is, tonight is this is the second day of the Home and Garden Expo out at Fairgrounds.
Very good.
And it ends tomorrow. The Expo building all the exhibit space was completely sold out a couple
Wow.
weeks before the event. I was out there all day yesterday. We had a little bit lighter crowd, but it's still very successful. The carnival runs until probably 11 o'clock at night. The carnival will be going. You can get food and the carnival rides, games, and all that's going. And the exhibit hall is open till 6 o'clock tonight. Opens in a little bit at 9 o'clock and open till 6. Tomorrow it's not 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock to 6, and then 10 to 4 tomorrow on the exhibit hall. But the carnival will be going till probably 11 o'clock at night tomorrow.
Very good.
Night tomorrow.
Carnival food is good.
That's good food.
It
A
is.
lot of good choices this year.
All kinds of stuff.
All right.
And we'd like to, the people who make this thing possible this week, we had supporters of our crowdfunding initiative, and of course, City of Cuba, the Missouri's Mural City, has been a real steadfast partner of everything we're doing. And this week, the organizers of the Blue Carpet Corridor, Miners, Mobsters, and the Mother Road, they joined up as a sponsor this week, and looking forward to helping them get a little promotion out there and make that event something and connect it with some other events that's coming down the road. Well, thank you guys for doing this week, and we'll see everybody next week. Have some more fun, and got a lot of stuff between now and then. And so anybody that's in Kingman, show up downtown like those folks from South Africa yesterday.
That's right.
They got- they got-
People from South
Now, First
Oh my
Friday
gosh,
is
it's
a
amazing.
great event. If you haven't been to one, bring everybody. Come downtown for First Friday.
And chilling.
All ages.
And chilling on Bill.
Yeah,
Chilling
children,
on Bill,
all
too.
ages, everybody's
Yeah.
welcome and fun for all.
Yeah.
Bring your dancing shoes.
Yes.
We'll see everybody next week. Thank you guys.
Thank
Goodbye.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.